Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises to YAHAWASHI, Bahashim Rabakak Wadash, the abundance of the apostles, the great millstone that taught me his truth, and blessings all you sincere labors out there pushing his truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. And I felt servant Knocklock coming at you once again with another lesson. And I'm gonna get right into this lesson. The title of this lesson is excuses is fat that needs to be trimmed. Alright. And I metaphorically speaking, you know, in the law, you're supposed to trim the fat, all right? You're not supposed to eat the fat, trim the fat, all right? And the fat is likened unto this world, okay? You know, the fat is likened unto the world because, mainly it was lamb. You know, the lamb, that was like the, the main, that's like the most infamous meat. You know, of course, we eat chicken and whatever, but the lamb, you trim the fat off the lamb. We are lambs, all right? We are lambs of YAHAWASHI. So what that is examining yourself and trimming the fat, taking things, taking things out of your life or cutting things short that either hinder you from doing the work or things that's are obstacles to where you're not able to do what you're supposed to do in this truth, man. All right. And the first precept I'm gonna get is this is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall." Okay, so we have to be diligent in this truth. It's lucky. We have to be diligent in this truth. Fervent in the spirit, as the scriptures say, not slothful in business. Okay, so as the scriptures say, no man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of this life, man. All right, so you got to constantly trim the fat. The scriptures say, examine thyself, I believe daily, if I'm not mistaken, whether thou be in the faith or not, man. All right, so whatever it is, whether it's your wife, your job, your family, friends, whatever, the case may be, there's really no excuses on why, we can't really do what we need to do, man. All right. Because, man, I always like to put myself in the situation, man. If an actual beautiful woman wanted me to make time for her, okay, I'm going to find everything in my power to clear my schedule to make time for her, and I'm gonna be fervent about it too, as we should be about this truth. I'm gonna be fervent about it. Especially as a fine woman, a woman that you trying to get to. Hey man, that that's how we got to be in this truth. Okay, we got to be fervent like that in this truth, man. You on your A game, You making sure you look nice, you're adorned, you're ready, your shoes, hey, and that's how we supposed to be right now with the coming of our Lord YAHAWASHI, the bridegroom, man. All right, we supposed to be clothing ourselves with these scriptures, the Ephesians 6th chapter, with righteousness, man, as Job said, clothing ourselves with righteousness, getting ready to look good for him, man. All right, so the thing is, don't lose sight on the battle at hand, on the war. All right, don't lose sight, man. Read more. Matter of fact, I got another scripture too. Let me see this. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13. Says, "Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread." So needing sleep is not an excuse, right? To why you can't do something. You understand? Oh, I need enough rest. Well, hey man, hey, either I know they ain't healthy for you, whatever. Drink some coffee or whatever the case may be, or stay up and get whatever you got to get done, man. Or read. Did you read today? As the scriptures say, Revelations, the 1st chapter, blessed is he that readeth. Did you read today? All right, are you doing your videos? There should be no excuse on why you couldn't serve the Lord, man. All right, and sleep is definitely not one of them. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. All right. You gotta trim the fat, man. Matter of fact, I gotta get that scripture, man. No man that warreth. There's 2 Timothy 2. Okay. It says, no man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. All right, them entanglements, that's that fat, man. You gotta trim that off. Okay? Cause what's the other verse I brought out? I was talking to the brothers about this in the group chat. See if I can get it real quick. Bear with me. BABAL. This is Revelation, the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 20, verse 6. It says, blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of YAHAWASHI, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Okay. And that's the first resurrection, to make it on this first time. So the point is, there's no second chances in this truth. That's why I brought that precept out. Blessed and holy is he that has a part in the first resurrection. Because there's no second chances in this truth, man. Either you're going to make it that first time, or you're going to have to come back in the kingdom as a newborn baby. And we all, I know I speak for myself and a lot of brothers. We all trying to make that first resurrection. I ain't trying to win by default. I'm an Israelite anyways. So I'll be in the kingdom, by default. No, man. Give diligence to make that call and election sure. No excuses, man. And I see it, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. I see it clearly, like it. Matter of fact, let me get another precept. Salakia. This is 2 Timothy again. 2 Timothy 2 and 15 says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And that's another thing, man. What excuse do I have that I can't study? All right, I can't be in His word, breaking it down and studying His word. There's really no excuses, man. All right, and if you got an excuse, oh, this and that, once again going into it, well, I gotta do this with my mother. My mother's asking me to do this. Did not the scriptures say he that has lost mother for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold? Or I gotta do this with my dad. He that has given up parents for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold. Or I gotta do this with my woman. Oh, he that have given up woman for my name's sake. I can go on. Oh, my kids got a basketball. I gotta be with them every afternoon, so it's hard for me to study. Did not the scripture say he that have forsaken kids? All right. Everything, fields, everything. Oh, I gotta take care. A field a day will probably be your job. Because that's what farmers, fields, and property or whatnot. So, my job. My job is it takes up a lot of my time, so I can't really study. Well, man, you gotta trim that fat, man. All right. You gotta constantly trim, man, because it's either you want to make it or you don't, man. You want to please the Lord, or you don't. You want to serve the Lord, or you don't, man. The scriptures say the hour shall come that the true worshipers shall worship the Most High, all right, in spirit and in truth, man. Okay. So we have to be those people, man. We can't be making up excuses on why we can't do this or why we can't do that. I'm gonna close out with one more scripture. This is Proverbs 5 and 19, and it reads, let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe, talking about wisdom, this knowledge, this truth. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times. And the scriptures say, who shall seek knowledge? Them that were weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. All right. let her breast satisfy thee at all times, the knowledge. Okay? And be thou ravished always with her love. Okay? So it shouldn't be one day, man. Like I said, man, I'm trying to get into the spirit, back into the spirit of doing one video a day, at least one video a day, at least. Okay? Because scripture say putting not off from day to day. Okay? Putting not off the Lord from day to day. And like brother say, you go 2 days without reading, a week without reading. I mean, a week without getting into it, a month, and 2 months. Then what? You end up going back into the world, and that's a lot of reason why brothers, they start to question and start to fade away in belief in their faith, because they're not digging into this word, man. This is the water, it's living water. If you go a couple days without drinking, how you gonna feel? You gonna dehydrate. You gonna end up dying. Okay. So same thing with this truth. You got to read this truth, man, or you're going to spiritually die. You're going to spiritually thirst, man. Okay? So, when you going to make an excuse on why you can't drink water, you know, here it is, your body is dying, but you giving your body excuses on why you ain't going to drink water. So, it's like, you got all this shit to do, but your body is dehydrated, is dying. I guarantee you gonna go drink some water. I guarantee you gonna drink some water. You ain't gonna tell your body, oh, I gotta work, or I gotta do this. You're gonna find some time in between what you gotta do to go grab a bottle of water and drink some. So same thing in the spirit, man. All right. We got to do that, and know that, like I say, that's why brothers, they end up fading away, because they're not into the word. You got to be into the word. You got to be into it. You got to be reading these scriptures. You got to be doing these breakdowns. You got to be studying. You got to be breaking this word down, man, because that's going to confirm your faith. That's what's building you up. The renewing, constantly renewing and reading the scriptures and getting indulging into lessons and fellowship and whatnot, man. That's going to keep your spirit. That's going to build your faith up. That's going to keep you grounded. All right? Because that's what happened to people when they fall out. Usually they stop, they stop dealing with the word a lot. Little bit by little bit, they stop dealing with the word. All right? So, with that, Lord willing, you edified, till next time, say shalom.